You've written everything you possibly can about me that's fake, malicious, slanderous, and defamatory. Keep it coming, bring it on. But leave the men and women of the FBI out of it.
Kash Patel is officially our new FBI director, and he might be more disliked than Donald Trump, RFK Jr., and even Elon Musk. So in this video, we will be going over all of the brand new meltdowns, and I want to show you the uphill battle he had to face against politicians and the media to get where he is today. So before we start this video, please like this video. It's the #1 way you can help this channel, and it also helps other people see the videos as well.
When Donald Trump is gone, there's a Democratic president. I can't imagine they're going to want to keep on someone as destructive as Kash Patel. But I could imagine, frankly, that we would be in this place to begin with. So we're in uncharted waters. We've had a debate about what level of constitutional crisis we're in. And frankly, I think we're already there.
Judiciary Committee what crimes it was that he was concerned about that caused him to plead the Fifth. Kash Patel, mark my words, will cause evil in this building behind us, and Republicans who vote for him will rue that day.
Alright, I have to stop here. I find it so funny in that first clip, we are even implying that a Democrat is going to be our next president, considering statistically, and the polls are not looking good for Democrats right now. Second off, in the second clip, I find it hilarious once again that we have people lecturing Americans as to why Kash Patel is a bad pick, and we're also being told we are going to regret this, and Kash Patel has only been the FBI director for literally 24 hours.
Our national security mission is equally as important. Anyone that wishes to do harm to our way of life and our citizens here or abroad will face the full wrath of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And if you seek to hide in any corner of this country or any corner of this planet, we will put on the world's largest manhunt and we will find you. And we will decide your end state, not you. If you look around this room, you see civil servants, you see warriors, you see attorneys, you see great husbands and fathers and mothers and wives, and we're fighting for the same thing, our future.
This is why I love making these videos, because on one hand, you have people telling you this is going to be a constitutional crisis, this is going to be a bad day for you. Then you have Kash Patel saying, I am here to secure our freedom and make sure that if somebody does harm to this country, we will find them in any corner of the world or the United States. But now we're going to get into the true meltdowns and the uphill battle Kash Patel had to face.
You're now talking about people who are completely incompetent, who most American business owners wouldn't hire to run a taco stand, being put in charge of the FBI. What problem can you possibly solve by putting Kash Patel in charge of literally anything? This is a joke. This is an insult. And I think even Republican voters should be insulted and just say, America's government should be respected.
A very common theme on this channel, we highlight when news anchors insult the regular old American or taco shop owners, or they insult people like Kash Patel who have dedicated their whole life to the service of this country and have even risked their own lives for the security of this country.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible development for the men and women of the FBI and also for the nation that depends on a highly functioning, professional, independent Federal Bureau of Investigation. The fact that Kash Patel is profoundly unqualified for this job is not even like a matter for debate.
Alright, I need to point this out because I think you're going to find this funny. Believe it or not, Kash Patel and members of media both have something in common. There is an uphill battle to try and bring trust to the American public as far as the FBI's reputation. Considering half of American adults trust the FBI most of the time, or just about always. 1 in 5 say hardly ever. Again, this is not me saying this. These are the statistics and polls, and even Kash Patel said he wants to be the FBI director to bring back the integrity of the FBI.
10 years ago, the FBI had a 59% approval rating. Today, it's like 41%. There's a lot of restoration work that needs to be done to restore public confidence in this agency. It probably does need a change agent, an outside change agent, and the Republicans right now, they like this nomination. There's a long way to go, but they like it right now.
This is kind of like how you know, you tell everybody that elections are rigged, and then when confidence in elections go down, we're like, everybody, we need to change elections.
Are you saying the FBI hasn't made any mistakes?
I'm just saying, when you spend years and years telling everybody the FBI is corrupt, they're going to.
Well, no, they have admitted some corruption. There have been internal reports where they have admitted there have been FBI agents that themselves have gotten criminally in trouble.
I actually think that's
They've made
exactly
mistakes.
And look, the point of this video is not to show you guys that you cannot trust the FBI. The statistics speak for itself. The point of this video is that you have Kash Patel, who is the new FBI director, and has pointed out, you guys don't trust us, but give me a chance. I want to restore the trust. And you have people going after Kash Patel for saying things like that.
The irony is, you know, the FBI has a history that is dark in some ways, of going after people like Dr. King, of going after the civil rights movement. They are now the ones, essentially, who are under the tyranny of an ideologue who can do to them what they've done in the past.
This is an authoritarian state where the Justice Department and now the National Police Force, which is kind of what the FBI is under the thumb of this guy and will do his bidding. Kash Patel will do Trump's bidding here, and and the whole thing, they go on and about weaponization. We see with Ed Martin, the case you just brought up. We see with Kash Patel's enemies list. That's what they want to do.
Okay, something I need to point out is that this was a newer clip, and we are all entitled to our opinion, but even implying or calling the FBI an authoritarian organization or the current government status of the United States an authoritarian, I think they have to be a little careful considering MSNBC's Rachel Maddow just lost a defamation suit for $30 million. I just wanted to point that out.
Keep talking about going back and investigating people who are political enemies. And, of course, Trump has been talking about that for years.
There is a story that talks about how scared some members of the United States Senate and Congress are to vote against Donald Trump's nominees, that people will vote in ways that they ideologically don't want to because they're afraid of, to be frank, being hurt, harmed, or killed by Trump's supporters.
Okay, look, I actually agree with MSNBC. Sometimes I do, most of the time I don't. I think it's safe to say that Donald Trump did want Kash Patel because he has called out members of media. And we know Donald Trump has been battling media for a very long time. And AP, Associated Press, very recently wants to sue the Trump administration. So again, we already are setting the foundations for media versus government. It's just going to be interesting to see how the FBI is going to be implemented as far as potentially investigating either certain members of media or entire organizations that could be disrupting the United States, according to Kash Patel or even Donald Trump.
Kash Patel is not an agent of reform. He's an agent of retribution. He's in that job explicitly because he channels what Donald Trump wants. It's long been said that Patel, no ideology of his own. It's simply whatever Donald Trump wants him to do. And he has an enemies list of his own that's in his book. He wrote it out, as well as someone who is going to take his cues from who Trump has said for months now he wants to have retribution against, whether that's his own members of his first administration, lawmakers, members of the January 6th committee, members of the media. And Patel has shown no hesitation in signaling his support for that. And at least to this moment, Republicans on the Hill seem okay with it.
He's promised to do it.
Again, the common theme we are seeing here is only talking about members of government, Republicans, Democrats, the president. However, the media keeps forgetting they are the extension of the American voter or the American people. So when Republicans are all on board with Kash Patel, that is because the majority of Americans voted for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump said, look, I want Kash Patel to be my FBI director. So when you vote for Donald Trump, in a sense, you're voting for the hope of Kash Patel, and also those members of government who are the extension of the states to represent you. Obviously, they're going to be in favor of Kash Patel. So I always find it interesting that the members of media don't show you guys or tell you guys the full story and hope you are ignorant to the fact.
It's shockingly unconstitutional, Trace. It's great to be with you, and I'm here to announce on your show a measure that I'm working with Congress that should be Congress's bread and butter. And I'm calling for the subpoenas to be issued to Judge Merchant's daughter's company, who made $15+ million from the illicit information pouring out of her father's courtroom. I want to know the bank records because money doesn't lie. I want to know how deep it is and how much of it went to the family and how much of it is going to the family after this false conviction. And then we need to investigate the FEC actual violations that this judge and his family conducted, because he should never have been overseeing this trial to begin with, because of the illicit campaign money that was flowing through there, and the unconstitutional due process violations are only the beginning. So America is calling for accountability of our judicial system, and Congress is the only lever that has it, and I'm hoping for one or two brave members of Congress that I'm talking to issue those subpoenas ASAP.
Now look, what I want to point out is that Kash Patel has said a lot. He has already pointed out all of the things he wants to investigate, all of the things he wants to subpoena. However, a very intricate member of his team, or a needed member of his team to work together, is going to be the Attorney General Pam Bondi. And what it looks like is that they already have a great relationship together, and Pam Bondi is a massive supporter of Kash Patel, and they are both on board that there's no bias here. They will go after whoever they need to go after as far as protecting the rights of the United States.
Patel is seen as a controversial choice for the position. He lacks managerial experience in law enforcement, has spoken of retaliation against anyone really seen as opposed to Trump, and has called the very organization he hopes to lead a, quote, threat to the people.
Kash Patel has since written a book called, quote, Government Gangsters, which, as ABC News reports, calls for a, quote, comprehensive house cleaning at the Justice Department and an eradication of government tyranny within the FBI by firing the top ranks and prosecuting to the fullest extent of the law anyone who in any way abused their authority for political ends. And he has said this in the past.
One thing we learned in the Trump administration the first go around is we got to put in all America patriots top to bottom. And we got them for law enforcement. We got them for intel collection. We got them for offensive operations. We got them for DOD, CIA, everywhere. And the one thing we will do that they never will do is we will follow the facts and the law and go to courts of law and correct these justices and lawyers who have been prosecuting these cases based on politics and actually issuing them as lawfare. We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out.
They're going to go get the people who lied about the results of the election. We hope he means in 2020, and incited people to commit crimes at the U.S. Capitol. We hope he does that. Anyone that lied about the results of the 2020 election and inspired their own people to carry out crimes and chant, "Hang Mike Pence," those people should meet the fate that Kash Patel describes there in that interview.
I will never understand the condescending tone of a news anchor trying to act like their organization has never lost in the court of law on how bad their reporting has gone and they've had to pay money because of it. Now, what I will say is I understand why members of media might be a little defensive towards Kash Patel. He has a very aggressive tone. He's called out members of media and organization in his book. So I get it. I understand why you would be defensive that this guy is now about to be or is the FBI director.
No, I think the agents are very happy about Kash. In fact, the agents led the charge for Kash. One of the reasons I loved Kash and wanted to put him in is because of the respect the agents had for him. I think he'll go down as the best ever at that position. And it turned out he was very easy to get approved. You know, I was not sure. He's a tough guy, strong guy. He has his opinions, and I wasn't sure. He turned out to be he went very smoothly. I don't know if he's in the room now. He's going to be in the room very shortly. Where is he? Hope that I'm saying the right thing. I can't speak badly about him. I better be careful. I will say this about Kash, and Howard understands this. One of the reasons that I wanted him is because the agents love this guy and they respect this guy, and this is what they wanted. And even somebody like Trey Gowdy, who's a very good guy, but known as somewhat of a moderate person, he came out with a statement that was so incredible. He said, Kash is an incredible person. People don't realize it. When he said that, there was no doubt left. It was really a big statement made by somebody that's respected and on the moderate side. And I will tell you, I think Kash is going to go down as maybe the best ever when it's all said and done. So
all right, so the stage is set. Kash Patel is officially the FBI director, and Donald Trump is very happy. He has signed off on him, and everything did go rather smooth, despite the media going after him as much as they did. And that is why Donald Trump said he's a little surprised everything went okay as far as his confirmation hearing and as far as him being elected. This is because so many attacks have happened on Kash Patel. And again, we got to give Kash Patel a little credit. Even if you don't like the guy, the fact that he got up there and said, go after me, don't go after the FBI, I think that sets a very, very good example for the agents of the FBI that Kash Patel is here to lead you. And also, Kash Patel wants to be transparent with the American public. He is here to protect and to safeguard the American people, whether domestic or around the world, he doesn't care. So I think that's a very good thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think we've had a lot of hype behind certain members of government or certain members who act in these official roles, and sometimes they fall apart and they don't go as well. But as far as Kash Patel, I think a lot of people are super confident in his ability, to include myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are still watching, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later.